What's up? What's good, recovery gang? How's that for some energy, some
I'm
enthusiasm?
trying to turn my volume down.
Hey, listen, welcome to the Recovery Clinic. This is where we talk about all things recovery, and we get real, we get raw. My name's Jimmy McGill. This is Chris Dickey. We're a couple of guys in long-term recovery from the disease of addiction. We go live through social media. We use Facebook to carry the message that addiction does not have to be a death sentence. You don't have to get high and die today, do you, Chris? Do you,
Hey,
Chris?
this guy is over caffeinated. It sounds like you've run through this a couple of times.
No,
This is good stuff.
I'm excited. I'm fixing to pull it up on Facebook.
I
so I can
needed this
watch you.
energy. I needed this energy. I'm completely wore down, Jimmy. I'm so glad to be here. I
Yeah.
need you. I need your energy. I need all of the viewers to lift me up.
Well, that's good because we're going to lift you up.
No, we're glad to be
We're
here.
going to hot air balloon him.
We do recover. I always point this out. That's our mission here. Doesn't matter what's going on. We've got a pandemic. We've got lots of things happening in our daily lives.
Yeah, and I don't care how you recover. as
There
long
are
as you do.
struggles, obviously.
Struggles, yeah. Yeah, they struggle.
But we do recover.
We do.
And we can thrive because it doesn't matter what external challenges we have.
Uh-huh.
Recovery is all about this inside job
Yeah.
where we can take anything that's going on out here and come into inside and find peace.
Yeah.
Right? That's what recovery has taught me, to look inside, because I have all of the things I've ever needed within me already to survive,
Right.
to make it through something. And then I've got you. I've got you. And so we're grateful to be here with you today. Let's bring in the guest right now. Let's just do this. I'm just kidding. There is no guest. You got me and Jimmy.
Dude is tripping, man. Hey, he is tripping. Listen, I don't know what Chris got going, but he even freaked Ricky out. Hey, listen, I do that.
You saw the
every show.
camera go.
Yeah. Hey, how's everybody doing? So
Check in with us.
Yeah, type in the chat box. If you see me looking down, I'm scrolling your comments on the phone. Listen, we're glad you're here. If you haven't liked and followed the page, do so now. You never know when somebody that you know, when you share the video, when you invite somebody to like the page that may be struggling with addiction. They may have some mental health issues going on. And so you put us in a position to help them at that point. Send your messages, all that good stuff. Hey, type in your recovery date in the comments so that we can show the viewers that recovery is real and possible. Hit those heart buttons too. Share the video, hit those heart buttons. We do need Jen Schuler on here. She would be a great guest. Can we make that happen? Can we get Jennifer Schuler on here? Oh, no, not right now. Ricky's like, send her the link. Like, no,
Yeah.
we want to promote that.
That'll
Jen
be
would
good.
be awesome. Talk
Morning,
to me,
Lee.
Chris. What's up,
Hey,
man?
we're talking about work today. We were talking about this recovery on purpose, right?
Intentional.
If
if
I'm just sitting around,
doing nothing.
am I going to expect to change?
No, what you can listen. If nothing,
I can try and expect
Hey,
that, but I'm going to stay miserable.
I posted that this morning. If nothing changes, your clean date will.
Yeah.
Like if you don't put in some work for recovery, you're not going to keep it. Listen, if you're watching this video right now and you're struggling and you're new in early recovery, Chris was in early recovery. He wasn't always this handsome silver fox, right? Like I was not always this charismatic. I would be scared if you pointed a camera at me. You was the police. As a joke. Get it? Laugh. Hit the heart button if you thought that was funny. Real talk, it is harder to stay clean or harder to stay high than it is to stay clean. It is 1,000 times more hard work for you to stay high every day than it is for you to stay clean or sober every day.
Yeah, I think the early recovery for me, the hard part is those pesky feelings and those emotions. I didn't know how to deal with those things.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to deal with the expression of anger. I didn't know how to deal with feeling down. I didn't know, and so my actions would come out sideways, right, on how
Right.
I'm dealing with them, And so the more we work through those things and face what's in front of us, I'm not going to say easier, the just more different it becomes,
Yeah.
the more real it becomes. And that's what I want to stay connected to is reality. I mean, I lived in this fantasy world.
Yeah, well, I think it's really important to stay practical with recovery. And that's
Right.
what I'm talking about with Like it's harder to stay high than it is to stay clean. You know what I've got to do to stay clean? I've got to lean on other people. I've got to utilize I don't want to promote my personal pathway too much, but I go to 12-step meetings, right? So I got to go to a meeting. I've got to lean on another person in long-term recovery, and I've got to get honest. I got to put in that work, right? Mm-hmm. You know what I got to do to stay high every day? I got to break in houses. I got to tell lies. I got to run game. I got to scheme. I got to steal from my best friends, if you have any friends. Like, it takes some serious work to stay high. Like, I've got to convince people to enable me, help me buy my food so that I can buy my drugs. Like, it's hard work to stay on one.
And you guys relate to that?
That's
maybe?
Real.
That's
real, Chris.
Yeah. It's not the lie I used to tell, it's the cover-ups.
Oh, you had some good cover-ups?
No.
Let me hear one of them.
No, I mean, I'm just lying about anything. Like,
Really?
okay, well, hey, if you just, it was so ingrained. Like, if I'm supposed to be at your house,
Yeah.
and you says, where are you? I'm going to say I'm almost there. But I haven't even left yet. Just that kind of stuff.
Dope man clock.
Yeah.
I'll be there in 5 minutes. 9:45, you like this.
You're in a different state.
Bro, 5 minutes, man, I'm almost there.
Yeah. And
30 minutes later, I'm turning the corner now. An hour after that.
Yeah, just lying.
Man,
that's
yeah,
that's a
dude.
lie, by the way.
All we do is tell lies. All we do is tell lies. What's the hardest you had to work to get loaded? Tell me an incident where you went to drastic lengths to get loaded.
So we were sitting around, didn't have anything, and we came up. That's always a dangerous.
I don't care. Tell me.
I'm telling you. No, I'm telling you.
I want to hear it.
It's always a dangerous thing when you sit around and you don't have anything, and then you start brainstorming how you're going to get it, right?
Oh, yeah.
So we're just kind of checking in. Where can we go? Where can we get it? And this is in Oregon, and this guy says, "Man, my uncle has this house, and in his shop he's got a couple of kegs." We're like, "It's a work day. He's not home. Let's go." So me and this guy go, and we're inside the shop, and we have moved the keg into the middle. We're getting ready. We're taking it out, right?
Yeah.
And we hear this car door shut, and then another one, and then another one, and another one. Four doors shut. Well, in Oregon it rains a lot, so our footprints, wet footprints, are all over this shop floor, and then there's a keg in the middle. And the shop had like rows of metal shelving where they stored whatever tools they needed. So me and this guy are hiding in the corner, and the door opens, and in walks this tour. The house is for sale, and the realtor is giving a tour to potential buyers. And you've got two dudes hiding in the shop and
Trying to steal a keg of beer.
trying to steal a keg of beer. So
That's
as they're rounding
hilarious.
the corner, we're trying to move with them, and finally, we got to come out.
Yeah.
And it's just bad stuff.
Dude, that is hilarious. So if you're watching, tell me the stupidest thing that you ever did to get high. Type that in the chat box. If it won't put you in incarceration or trouble. If the statute of limitations hasn't run out, don't type it in.
But so that kind of stuff, that's hard work.
Yeah,
that
that's
was
hard.
a couple of hours of planning and getting out there, and then
And
you
then
leave
you
with
didn't
nothing.
get it.
You leave
Yeah.
with nothing.
Yeah, God,
You're still in
miss,
withdrawal.
I do not.
You're still
miss-
in withdrawal.
I don't miss that.
No,
I do not miss that, Chris.
absolutely not. Tell me about you.
Dude, thousands of stories.
I know.
Thousands. Mine are a little bit more stupid than that. Like, I can remember hustling the streets and getting a gold necklace, right? Like, we would get jewelry, and we would take the gold clasp off of the necklace, Ricky. Because you could go to the pawn shop and sell the gold for weight, right? But then I would keep the clasp, and I would go get a fake necklace from Walmart for $7. I would not pay for that either, by the way. I was in full-fledged addiction. And so we're putting the real gold clasp on the fake necklace. I mean, got the lamp pointed down, got some goggles on so that we can see. We've got the tweezers, squeezing it just right. And listen, you want to put some Scotch tape on the into the tweezer tips so that you don't scratch the clasp on the fake chain as you, you know what I mean? Like, I look like a surgeon. I'm down here like a bomb guy
Yeah.
doing this. Then we would take fingernail polish, clear fingernail coating, and we would go over the gold chain that was fake.
How much-
So that a magnet wouldn't make it pull.
How much are you getting paid an hour to do this when it comes out to
Like
your
a
payday?
half a quarter. Like a half a quarter gram, not like a half a quarter.
No.
So it's like, and that's gone in one use. You need 4 or 5 of those to get
Yeah,
off.
and I'm
so-
joking. I used to go find pop cans.
Oh
around
yeah, I
there.
did all that.
Yeah.
Aluminum,
Yeah.
scavenging. Hey, let's see what Crystal says. Brett
Fake the
says
serious illness for sympathy. Who hasn't done that?
common
Hey, I got to
symptom
share
of
this story. So,
addiction.
I've got this job, and I'm allergic to work. I mean, I do not want to work. Okay, I've got other things to be doing, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm a stalker at this grocery store, and I'm in the back milk cooler, and I hit my hand really hard to get out of work
Yeah.
on purpose, because I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to get out of work and get a prescription written for me for my pain.
Oh yeah.
So I go to the hospital. They run an X-ray. They come back. They give me a prescription for 800 milligram ibuprofen.
Right.
They put me in a sling and send me back to work.
800 ibuprofen.
My
Wonder drug.
my solutions to my problems were always way worse than my
Then your
problems.
problems were?
Yes. Just finish the shift, Chris.
Yeah.
You're making honest money, but I just didn't click with me.
Yeah.
Too wild.
Yeah, that's bad. You know what? When you've got a problem and you come up with a solution
That creates 5 more problems.
that is 5 times worse than the problem you're having, yeah, at that point you need to seek out help. Like how long can we stay in denial, dude? I can remember the rationalization and justification. Those are enemies. to people.
Unfortunately, there's there are 3 ways out of addiction, right?
Insanity,
Well, institutions, locked up,
jail,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
covered up,
covered
death,
up, death. It doesn't necessarily mean you're dead.
or recovery.
That's it. Yeah, everybody's going to find. So the disease guarantees us 3 things: insanity, incarceration, and death. And that incarceration doesn't have to be physical jail. It can be a mental jail,
Yeah.
mental prison. And that death doesn't have to be your death. You might be loaded, driving drunk, and kill somebody, and then put yourself in prison. And so you ended up in all 3, in crazy, jail, and death.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
And
everybody,
so but still,
stops
like
getting high. though.
knowing that, I mean, the denial of it is.
Yeah, you're going to quit using one way or another. You're
Yeah.
either going to get clean and find a new way to live, or you're going to live out one of the guarantees of the disease.
Lee, you were a stalker when you were high. What does that mean?
I was a stalker too. But what about Justin? Justin
No,
said,
wait. Stalker?
That's
What do
what,
you
he
mean?
said, like stalker, like a night stalker, like pantyhose over your head.
Yeah. That's not what I said. Lee, that's not what I said. I
Stalker.
stocked shelves. I stocked shelves. I didn't stock them. I was like,
He didn't say he was stalking people, Lee.
hey, Lee. I didn't come around the corner
Like,
looking at that milk.
I'm talking about, I know what you did last summer.
Yeah. Clean up in aisle 3.
Yeah, that's good.
Lee,
Hey,
come on, man.
Justin Scaprio said, hit my hand with a hammer to get pain
I'm not the
medicine
only
from the ER."
one. I'm not the only one.
Yeah, me too. I hit my hand I was on Ho Squad. You know what that is?
No.
So when you're incarcerated,
No,
in-
whole squad.
Ho,
Ho squad.
Ho.
Oh, so you're out there raking?
yeah, H-O, Ho, H-O-E, Ho.
This is not around Christmas.
No. So
The
when
little, the little jail elves.
Jimmy
Jimmy the elf. That's where it came
Jimmy
from.
the little jail elf. Hey, look, addiction took me to incarceration. So I'm on Ho Squad. And if you're on Ho Squad, that means you're in a line of 32 guys. You have to tighten up in a single file line facing them, turn this way with a hoe, a 16-pound hoe, 12 o'clock high, and you've got to hit the ground on beat. 1, 2, 3, snatch. 1, 2, 3, snatch. And so, like, it's Navy SEAL type work. And you've got to scabo it. That means if they see anything green, after you've went back, you go into jail, which means isolation.
Yeah.
And so,
But that sounds like what's that? What are those musicals? It's like drum beat.
yeah, you got to be on beat. That's what it sounds like.
That sounds like a movie.
If
What movie
if
is
the
that?
whole squad sergeant hears, who that? I mean, he's
Yeah,
gonna start
yeah.
riding, and he liable to blow his little whistle. He might even shoot his gun. Like it
Oh,
depends
man.
on who it is. But here's the deal: it's such hard work, right? Physical.
There's a lot of
labor.
people that are saying they moved mountains.
Oh yeah, like literally, like it's insane. I took a razor blade and cut my hand and acted like the guy behind me accidentally hit me
Yeah,
with his
yeah.
hoe to get off of work.
Right. You didn't want to work that bad.
No, yeah, that's the type of desperation. Same
So-
thing we go to get
Exactly.
our drugs.
So here's what recovery does. We're going to give you the flip side of this. When I was in early recovery, I was dating my now wife, and they lived out on this 300 plus acre farm, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of, I mean, for me being from the city, I'm not used to farm life,
Right.
right? And there's 3 girls, Tara and the 2 younger sisters, and then her mom, my mother-in-law,
Right.
and Jerry.
Okay.
And what I learned was, before I got out there, because I'd want to go see Tara, I'd drive out to the farm and on a Saturday, and didn't know that Tara had volunteered me to help her dad. Putting up cattle guards, going out there and chopping trees down, cutting wood for the fireplace,
Yeah.
getting ready for the auction, selling cows. And so I would get so mad. I would get so mad. I mean, I wanted to be inside with them. They're up there. I mean, they had this big window in the back. I'm out here working, and I'm looking at them, up there in the den, just hanging out. That's how I perceived it. Like they're just. Anyway, so one time I'm out here, we're doing a cattle guard, and I'm like, it's a rivalry week for football. Michigan's playing Michigan State, and I'm missing it. I'm in a bad mood. And I remembered something that I heard in a recovery meeting.
But
When I feel like I'm out of my skin and just having a rough time, say the Serenity Prayer. See if that happens. See if that helps. So I said the Serenity Prayer, and I said it again. I said it about 3 times, and then something happened. I realized that this man, Jerry, I realized his love language was working, and he was loving me by teaching me work ethic and doing something together with our hands. So we're out there, and when I finally shut my head off with the help of saying that prayer, I heard what he was telling me. Guess what he was telling me?
what?
He was sharing stories about when he was a little kid growing up on that farm with his daddy and how they used to work together. And he was pointing out places on the farm where he used to go play as a kid. Pretty special stuff. But I'm so selfish and self-centered, I'm thinking about not wanting to be where I'm at. And the Serenity Prayer has taught me that it gets me in my feet. It takes my head out of the clouds in the future and the past, and it brings me to the present, right? And man, that was a cool feeling. And as a person who was completely allergic to work, I realized I'm out here working hard, man. And I realized that there's no substitute for hard work.
Yeah.
And it's been with me ever since. I mean, I try to be the hardest working person in any group. I know I'm not going to be the smartest person in the group, so I've
pretty
given up that.
You're pretty smart though.
I've given that up. I just want to be the hardest working. Because Jerry poured that into me.
Yeah,
He
it's
loved
good.
me. He loved that into me. Good stuff.
It's good.
But that's what we're talking about. Work.
Yeah. Putting that work in.
Recover on purpose. That's all about recovery, because back then I couldn't see that. We're just
Yeah.
doing a cattle guard and I'm missing my game.
Yeah.
Man, if I was going to stay that way, I would have missed the miracle. I would have missed those gifts that he was giving me.
I'm surprised to think of you building a cattle guard.
It would be pretty surprising.
I mean, the thought of you being the CEO of a treatment center out there on a ranch or a farm building a cattle guard.
I used to pick up dead chickens in the summer at chicken houses over in Batesville.
Oh yeah, that's right. You had a little Batesville.
We were at a movie store one time. Remember the store Hastings?
Yeah. Are you trying to be funny? You know, I Kirk Lane got me from a Hastings.
So I'm in there. I had just worked all day in the chicken houses.
Yeah.
Right. And I had taken a shower and everything, and Tara and I are looking for a movie. and I'm bent down, and she's like, "What is that?" She gets a little closer, and it's like, "Oh my gosh, what is that?" And I found out there's like chicken poop from the dust in the air. It had crusted inside my ear. I missed it when I was showering. That
That's
stuff
nasty, bro. You
that's-
had chicken
that
dew
stuff
on
got
your ear.
everywhere.
Yeah.
The ammonia you get. I mean, that's a rough.
Yeah.
That was rough.
Yeah. So let me tell you something. I got a cattle
Hey,
guard
you
story.
can't see. He's getting ready to say something. The way he looks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to talk about the chicken on the ear. I might say something crazy. I don't want to do that, but I'm at the Baptist Boys Ranch, Chris. You know where it's at? It's in Harrison, Arkansas. I get sent there. I'm 14 years old. They're getting ready to incarcerate me. I don't know it yet. 360 acres on this ranch. There's 14 boys on this ranch. There's we got like 8 horses, and everybody, you know, we like share a horse or something like that. So I'm causing trouble the whole 6
You're
months
14?
I'm there. 14, like, and I'm thugging at this ranch. Like, I'm going to school in Harrison. I'm trying to be the tough kid in the in the
You got something to
bunk-
prove.
Yeah, all the time. And so there's a show horse in Appaloosa. My wife loves when I tell this story, and I never share it. So I get mad, and I'm going to run away and come back to
On
Little
horseback?
Rock. I'm going to steal Smokey and come back to Little Rock. Smokey is a
You're taking a show horse
yeah.
back into town.
I'm going
Ride
to ride
him,
him
like-
on the side of the highway in the wood line all the way back to
Like
Little Rock.
Billy the Kid.
I'm going. Me and Smokey.
Hey, you remember we were talking about our solutions to our problems are always worse than our problems? We're getting ready to get this example.
Yeah, fact. Like, right, I'm in a good place. I'm learning about God, not addiction. And so I sneak out. You know, Smokey saddled, we're ready. And
Little Smokey.
Yeah, so this is how I learned what a cattle guard is. And so I'm trying to get off the property, and Smokey won't go any further than this one spot. And I'm kicking him in his flanks, and I'm hitting him with these reins, and I'm like,
You
go,
don't know the
stupid
password.
horse.
You don't know
yeah,
the
I can't figure out how to make Smokey go any
Up,
further.
down, left, right,
Like,
left, right.
we're right here, and the phone is smoking. Smokey's like,
Yeah.
I mean, Smokey ain't gonna go any further, and I don't know. So I go down here where there's fence everywhere, but right here, it's the cattle guard. Smokey won't cross
Yeah,
the cattle
yeah,
guard.
Right.
Yeah,
I did not build that one.
yeah. Well, I was a 14-year-old city boy that didn't know anything about a cattle guard.
He
so
found out.
Needless to say, it didn't work out with me and Smokey, and so
If you knew how to do a jump, if you knew the jump, if you had unlocked the jump, you could have hit X and just went right over.
is
it.
that what- so? It's like Xbox. Yeah. That's crazy.
That's funny.
Yeah.
How are we talking about farming? I love it.
Yeah, well, it was
We're-
ranch hands. It wasn't farming. We didn't plant nothing. We
Yeah,
raked
that's
rocks in the corral.
Ranching and farming and Billy the Kid.
Yeah, Jimmy the Kid. That was me.
You know, I think that what seemed like the hardest parts of my journey have been a couple of things. One, where someone has suggested I do something, and I did it like at first didn't want to, right?
Right.
So, for instance, like that you know, go out there and help my dad do the cattle guard. He'd really like that,
right.
you know, and ended up being one of my favorite memories ever, right?
Right.
A lot of things are like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
So, Deanne, tell us a little bit about how you're struggling, and I see people already reaching out to you. That's the coolest part about being in our viewership of watching. When someone reaches out for help on here, they're already being helped before we can even see it.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah,
That's
they're-
the recovery army. That's how it is. We're responsive.
Yeah.
It should never be like, Jimmy, if you come to me for help and you're saying, man, I'm on fire, I need help, and I tell you, I'm going to give you a bucket of water a couple weeks from now.
Yeah.
That's just not okay. And it
Yeah.
still happens.
I'm gonna burn.
It still happens.
Yeah. I love the recovery community.
Yeah, no, we're watching this real time. Deanne, we're going to get you some.
I see
we're
where
gonna get you some
Patty's
help.
reaching out to her, and there'll be others too. You know,
Of course.
It's awesome, right? Like, and that's what recovery teaches us, to be a voice for those who are still cultivating their own, you know, who are still trying to find their voice. And so when somebody's brave enough to reach out and say, hey, I'm struggling right now, she doesn't know anybody in that feed probably. And so
A lot of courage.
yeah, it takes a lot of courage, and it takes and it, you know, that's the type of willingness it takes to be there for the still sick and suffering person.
I'm obligated.
You are-
It's not just
Yeah,
a.
you are. You're obligated.
It's not just a gift that I get to give back. It's not. I'm obligated because someone did that for me.
Yeah,
I mean, 1,000 times.
yeah.
People still do that.
Yeah, it was the first time I ever felt accepted and loved was when I went in a meeting and said, I'm an addict named Jimmy. Like, it was like the first time I'd been honest.
Yeah.
And so in that moment when I said that, it was kind of like I surrendered, and all the denial just washed out of me.
Yeah,
Like,
I remember the first meeting, and afterwards, a bunch of men came up, and they were like giving me their numbers. They're giving me hugs, and I'm like,
this is how it works.
Where's the girls' numbers? I don't want these men's guys.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want your judgment or
I
your
don't want your
phone
hugs.
number.
I want
Yeah.
your hugs. What about this?
Yeah, that's cool. Aaron Powell said, send me a message anytime. I'm here for you as well.
Thanks, Aaron.
Jennifer Schuler said, Deanne, that she is proud of you for reaching out. Man, that's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Patty Yeager said, please contact me. I will help you. I mean, this is what we do. This is what we do. We go back into the fire of addiction, and we pull those on flames out. We pull them out
Yep.
of the flames.
Yep.
We're fire extinguishers.
Yeah, real time.
Yeah,
real time.
Real time.
This is not. We're not just talking about this.
Yeah, no password
recovery.
needed.
We walk it.
Yeah, inbox any one of those people.
Yep.
And if they don't answer back, screenshot it, send it, and we'll blast them next
Oh
week.
boy.
We'll put them on
I
blast.
doubt that'll happen.
I doubt it too.
Hey guys, we have a short show today. We just wanted to talk about that. Recover on purpose. Don't forget that it's going to take my first step, right?
Yeah.
Each day I'm going to wake up and I'm going to commit to being a positive light in this world, right? And I'm going to continue to do this. That's my commitment I make each morning.
Yeah.
And so we've got to continue to recover on purpose.
We've got some guests coming up in the near future. Do we have one for next week? If not, I'd
Well-
like to try to get Jennifer.
We'll
That'd be
see
great.
if that can happen. Yeah.
I know John Shinhoser's coming on March 3rd. I'm excited about that.
Polly, keep hanging around us. You don't. I mean, that's okay.
Yeah.
It'll happen organically. It'll be a natural process. Just keep hanging out.
Listen, I can help you figure out if you're an addict or not. It's as simple. Have you ever wanted to stop and yet you continue to do it? Have you ever told a lie in pursuit of doing it? Have you manipulated, stole, or tricked anybody in an effort to find, or use whatever it is you use?
You want to know what someone told me?
What?
Says, man, if you're having trouble figuring out if you're an alcoholic, go 1 month without even thinking about a drink.
Yeah.
Okay, game over.
Yeah, game over.
Because you know what? People who
Yeah.
don't have this illness,
Yeah.
they don't think about it.
Facts. Listen, if you...
They
That's right.
plan it like on the way home on a Friday. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
get a glass of wine. I mean, that's as far as they go.
Yeah. I knew recovery was real and working for me. I knew I had been an addict when I got here 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden I had the same phone number.
There's people that have had a 6-pack in their
Yeah.
fridge for a whole year.
Yeah.
And there's only 2 missing.
Yeah, not me.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just weird.
Yeah.
Who has a 6-pack and it's not gone? Who has a 6-pack for more than 5 minutes? 10 minutes at most.
Yeah.
Like that's just weird. That's unalcoholic.
You know, my progression was I'd go to a party, I'd bring my 6-pack in and share it.
Yeah.
Then I'd go to the party with my 6-pack and I'd hold it the whole time. And then I'd go to a party, leave my 6-pack in the car, go drink their beer, and get back out to the car and drink it.
So
I mean, that's it.
progressive.
All right, guys.
Love it.
We thank you so much. We'll be back next week at 11 a.m. every Wednesday, the Recovery Clinic.
Yeah.
But, we know a week is a long time. If you struggle,
Send a message.
If you have something good to say, just talk to us throughout the week. We're available.
Send a message.
Yeah.
We answer back. We love you guys. We'll see you next Wednesday at 11.